Any hardcore fan who follows the show knows the answer to this one, but by the end of this video, we will know the why. Now, for anyone who has casually wandered into this video, might be wondering to themselves, wait, Survivor, a show about surviving in the wilderness while also voting each other off, has never done a cold-weathered show in 50 seasons? Why not? That would be a legendarily cool idea, pun intended. And I agree. I think most of us would love for Survivor to go somewhere new, even if it is to an Arctic location. Now, back in the day, Mark Burnett, the creator of Survivor and the one calling the shots before handing the reins over to the show's host, Jeff Probst, executive producer Mark Burnett has said that he'd consider Canadian locations. And man, I mean, that makes sense logistically, right? But when Jeff, while on his buddy Jimmy Fallon's talk show, was asked about this exact same thing back in 2025.
Should season 50 of Survivor take place in a cold weather environment?
This is a no-brainer.
No,
the answer's no.
Why?
Who wants to see cold?
I do.
Wait, people are just going to walk around and cameras are going to start breaking? And...
Yeah, I guess so, right? It wouldn't be as...
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it?
We have, actually, and we really did kind of think through. It's just, there's something about watching people work and build a shelter and catch fish.
Yeah,
there's not much to do in the
if
snow.
it's too cold and extreme. Too, yeah, you guys are right. You know what you're doing.
That is not the whole story. That's not the whole story by a mile. Mind you, this is the same interview where Jimmy Fallon plays dumb as to what Survivor 50 is, but then in the preview for Survivor 50, we see that apparently a fan favorite player named Christian Yubicki, his game is in the hands of Jimmy Fallon and not the fans. But I digress. Longtime followers of this channel know that sometimes Jeff tells half of the truth and sometimes he just says whatever. You gotta take it for what it is and sift through the nonsense to find the gold. After all, if the real reason was cameras breaking in the cold, then how come other shows like Life Below Zero and Outlast film in cold weather and seem to succeed? Heck, this CBS show, The Summit, was literally in the cold, a show casted by the same casting director for Survivor and produced by the same channel. Come on now.
You see this mountain? Your challenge is to reach the summit.
Oh, wow.
To reach a what?
No!
I just don't know what I signed up for.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Summit was an absolute dumpster fire of a show, but not for logistical reasons. So why can't Survivor really do a cold weather show? Like, what is the truth of the matter? Well, you can pick what videos I make and join our Survivor Fantasy League. Every month, all the paying patrons on Patreon suggest video ideas and vote for their favorites, like this one. This was a patron selected video. Your idea could be the next video I make. If you want your video idea chosen next, join us today. Link in the description. Thank you for your support. Now at that, back in the day, around 2012, the show was already experiencing massive budget cuts. They were soon going to lose their longtime composer in Russ Landau due to budget cuts. They had already been repeating locations as a regular thing for back-to-back seasons since 2009, and as the 2010s started to surge, more and more people shifted to watching shows on streaming services, and CBS was well behind the times on this, as streaming services like Netflix and Hulu were making names of themselves. CBS, they didn't really have anything. So come 2012, Jeff is being interviewed about the future of the show, and in that interview, he says this.
And the only thing I believe that'll take Survivor off the air is the numbers, the budget. At a certain point, to do the show the way Mark wants to do it with the epic nature will cost more than we can make. And that's probably when it'll go off the air. But if you were willing to play it down and make it smaller and buy an island somewhere in Panama and call it Survivor Island and do the same challenges every year and not have all the expenses of travel, this show will work for a long time. It's endlessly fascinating to watch how we behave in certain situations. And you never get the same game ever because you never have the same dynamics.
And different cast members, too.
Different cast members. Even if you took the same 16 people from season 1 and played again, the day you had finished, you'd get a different game. Because I'm a different person now. Tomorrow I'll be yet a different person.
That is the truth of where the show is headed. And only a few years later, in 2016, it became a reality. Survivor found its island in Fiji called Mana Island. I actually went there back in 2025 with my wife on our own dime, I gotta add, and it was gorgeous. Anytime I show any stock footage in this video, it's from my own footage I got while I was there. I get why Survivor went there. It is magnificent. If you look up Mana Island on Google Maps, you can see where they film challenges, tribal council, and anything else that you see on the show. I highly recommend my unofficial guide to visiting Survivor video, as I detail everything there with footage and images showcasing everything that you can see, and boy, is it a lot. Point being is that Survivor found its home in Fiji, and hey, I don't blame them. It's financially working out after all. While CBS eventually found its footing with a streaming service and Paramount Plus, Survivor has now been in Fiji for a decade. Now, unless another country comes along and makes a better financial offer, this is where Survivor will be. This is their home. I, along with many others, want them to go to a new location, but that new location needs to make the show more money. Bottom line.
Geography-wise, if you imagine, we need several islands. We need a big one for us, which our massive crew, all of our accommodations, all of our offices, because we have payroll, we have pyro, we have marine.
That travels with the production?
It's part of our production,
okay.
Yeah. So we own like 20-something boats now.
Yeah.
So you have this circus that's traveling, and then these big containers come in, and they got all your stuff on them. And so you have to have a big area for all your departments. We have 20 departments that are big departments. Then you need a little island for one group of survivors, another island for another group, and if you're doing a different scenario or a third tribe, you need another island for the third tribe. That's kind of the big picture of what you need.
So to answer the originally stated question, will Survivor ever go to the Arctic? Will they ever go to Alaska, Canada, anywhere cold? And the answer is no, they won't. Honestly, your best bet is the show Outlast. Despite its flaws, it's probably the closest we will get to seeing a show like Survivor in the cold that is also somewhat good. The Summit tried being Survivor in the cold, and it was genuinely awful. In my opinion, Survivor has built its brand on being a tropical island show for 50 seasons that, if they were to do a cold weather season, it might be better to do it as a spin-off, a la how other shows like NCIS, 911, Chicago, etc., all have spin-off shows with the same format, but a different cast and different showrunners. Call it Arctic Survivor or something like that. Don't put Jeff and company in charge. I know that would be hard to do, but don't put them in charge. Have a completely different set of showrunners with fresh ideas while still sticking to what Survivor has set up, but adjusting it to the new location. Anyways, what do you think? Could Survivor pull off a cold weather show? Thanks for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you all next time.